So these proteins are the important components. Wait just a minute, some more students are joining. After that, I'll start the class. Okay. So this protein is an important component of living cells. मेरी आवाज आ रही है आप लोगों को बेटा?
यस मैम आ रही है.
Okay. So this
मैम
protein is
स्क्रीन
an,
शेयर हो रहा है?
हाँ स्क्रीन अब नहीं हो रहा है बेटा, शेयर करना फिर से, चला गया है, हाँ अब शेयर हो रहा है, ठीक है. थैंक यू कामरान. So this protein is an important component of the living cells, and these are very important in practically all aspects of cells and their functions. ठीक है. So the जब हम लोगों ने first unit पढ़ा था, that is the molecules and life. In that unit we have discussed that the cells are generally made up of protein, lipids. Okay. So these proteins are the important component or the principal component of the living cells. And these are important practically for the all aspects of the cell structures. Means the all aspects of the cell structure means these proteins are important material, building material for the cell. Okay. Without protein, the cell is not constructed, and these are generally most versatile macromolecules in the living system. Okay. Most versatile means these proteins performs different functions. They are used in different ways, and they have certain crucial functions which are generally very important for biological process. Now different functions में say proteins जो हैं generally they are also working as an enzyme. There is a statement that all enzymes are protein, but all proteins are not enzymes. It means some of the proteins are acting, playing the role of the enzyme, and enzyme is a biological catalyst. ठीक है, ये हम लोग पहले भी पढ़ चुके हैं. And this biological catalyst is performing a different functions in metabolism of the body. ठीक है. So metabolic rate को increase करना, कुछ biological reactions जो होते हैं which are taking place in our body that are properly run with the help of the enzymes. Okay. So these proteins are characterized by their nitrogen content. Nitrogen content means the nitrogen is an important constituent atom which is present in a protein, and some of the protein contains, along with the nitrogen, some proteins also contains the sulfur, phosphorus and minerals. Okay. So this protein is an important organic compound. Organic compound is generally made up of the carbon and its compound. The backbone is the carbon. Along with the carbon, the nitrogen is also the important constituents of the proteins. Okay. So नाइट्रोजन के साथ साथ इसमें दूसरे एलिमेंट्स भी प्रेजेंट होते हैं, जैसे सल्फर है, फॉस्फोरस है, ऑक्सीजन है ना. एंड दे प्रोवाइड द मैकेनिकल सपोर्ट. दे दे प्रोडक्ट्स इम्यून प्रोडक्शन करता है, एंड जनरल दे जनरेट द मूवमेंट, they transmits nerve impulse, and they controls the growth and differentiation. It means the protein performs the different functions. Okay. Now these proteins provides a wide range of functions, and important key properties of the proteins which are very very important, that is the proteins are the linear polymer which are generally built up of monomer units called the amino acids. Okay. So these amino acids are the basic unit of the protein, and these amino acids are the building block of the proteins. Okay. So these amino acids combines through a peptide bonds and they form the proteins. So these proteins contains the wide range of functional groups, and these functional groups include such as alcohol, thiols, thioesters, carboxylic acid, carboxyamide, and a variety of basic groups which are present in a protein as a functional groups. Okay? So along with the carbon as a backbone, along with the nitrogen atom, the different functional groups containing different atoms are also present in a protein. तो जैसे हमारे अल्कोहल से, अल्कोहल में OH ग्रुप प्रेजेंट होता है. इन थायोल्स दैट इज द सल्फर ग्रुप इज प्रेजेंट. Thioesters also the sulfur group is present. In carboxylic acid the acid group COOH group is present. ठीक है. So in carboxyamide the NH2 CONH2 group is present. So through these different groups the protein contains the different groups which are important for the functioning of the different cells. Okay. So these proteins generally interacts with one another, and with their biological macromolecules, they forms a complex assemblies, complex parts का formation करते हैं. It means the different cells combines and they forms the organelles. ठीक है. So complex assemblies का formation होता है with the help of proteins. So all these proteins through how these assemblies are formed, how these organelles or organs are formed, these are formed by the combination of the small macromolecules. Okay? And next important property characteristics of the proteins are that these proteins are quite rigid, and whereas other display are limited flexibility. So it depends upon the type of the protein कि कुछ proteins हमारे rigid होते हैं, they are not flexible, they have a fixed structure, and some proteins are flexible in nature, they can easily convert it into the another form. So as I have said that the main basic building block of the protein is the amino acids, and these proteins are built from the 20 amino acids. So basically 20 amino acids are present for the use for the formation of the proteins. Okay. So we the human beings or the animal cannot synthesize the proteins, and this synthesis of the protein is done in plants. So plants have the ability to synthesize the protein through the inorganic nitrogen sources. Okay. So inorganic nitrogen sources includes the ammonia, it includes the nitrite, it includes the nitrate. All these are the different inorganic sources through which the protein is synthesized in plants. Okay. So the different animals doesn't have the ability to synthesize the protein, and therefore all the animals life is directly or indirectly depends upon the plants to satisfy its protein needs. ठीक है. So means कहने का मतलब है कि जितने भी animals हैं they does not synthesize proteins, and for the synthesis of the protein, because protein is the main building block of the body है ना. So this protein is very important, and we all, that is the animal world, totally depends upon the plant for the proteins. Okay. So in this case, in the next we have the different amino acids. That is, amino acid is categorized into different categories. That is the acidic amino acid, basic amino acid, and there are few examples which is shown on this PDF. Okay. Now next we comes to the amino acid part, which is a very important, that is the classification of the amino acids. Okay. So in the classification of amino acids, we can classify the amino acids into different categories. That is, first we have the polar and non-polar amino acids पे आप इसको classify कर सकते हैं polarity basis पे. So polar amino acid means the amino acids which have a non-polar side chain, that is the hydrophobic, है ना. Non-polar मतलब क्या हो गया, the water repellent. जो पोलर ग्रुप्स होते हैं उसको रिपेल करता है, तो वाटर रिपेलेंट. तो यहाँ पर हमारे पास क्या होता है, जो पोलर ग्रुप नॉन पोलर एमिनो एसिड्स होते हैं, दैट नॉन पोलर एमिनो एसिड्स हैज नॉन पोलर हाइड्रोफोबिक साइड चेन्स, and these are predominant forms, and they have uncharged side chain at physiological pH. Physiological pH means the pH near about 7.4. This is the neutral, near about neutral pH. You know, this is the physiological pH which is maintained in the body of the living organism. Okay. So example of the amino acid is the glycine, alanine. Now amino acid आप लोग पहले भी पढ़ चुके हैं. Amino acid means the compound which contains both amino group, amine group and the acid group, है ना. तो amino acid में हमारा NH2 group present होता है और COOH group present होता है. ठीक है. So here different amino acids which are non-polar in nature are glycine, alanine. In the PDF, the structure of the amino acid is also shown. Valine, then proline, phenylalanine, leucine, isoleucine, methionine, and tryptophan. These are the non-polar amino acids where the hydrophobic group is present. Okay. Now, second category of the amino acid is the polar or the polar neutral amino acids. Okay. So in this case, in case of the polar neutral amino acids, they have the polar side chains and their predominant forms have uncharged side chain at physiological pH. Now, physiological pH means the pH that is near to 7.4. It is the exact pH. Now, the polar neutral amino acids are examples. They have the glutamine, asparagine, triosin, cysteine. Okay, all these are the polar neutral amino acids. So glutamine has the, then we have the serine and threonine. So 6 amino acids comes under the category of the polar neutral amino acids. Next, we have the polar acidic amino acid. This is the category of the amino acids. They have the polar hydrophilic side chain and their predominant forms have the side chains with negative N, formal charge at the physiological pH. तो यहाँ पर जो हमारे polar acidic amino acids होते हैं, these are the aspartic acid and glutamic acids, and they are given the acidic form in their classification because इनका जो acidic form होता है that are stronger acid than those of the polar basic amino acids. ठीक है, that's why they comes under the category of the polar amino acids. Now next we have the polar basic amino acids, and these amino acids also have the hydrophilic side chain except for the histidine, and their predominant form have the side chain with the positive charge. यहाँ पर हमारे पास एसिडिक में क्या होता है, प्रीडोमिनेंट चेन में नेगेटिव चार्ज प्रेजेंट होता था, तो चेन ग्रुप प्रेजेंट होती है, एंड इन द बेसिक amino acids में the positive charge is present in the predominant chain. Okay, so along with the hydrogen and the carbon के साथ जो हमारा अल्फा कार्बन एटम होता है, वहां पर जो हमारी चेन present होता है, that is the predominant chain, and it contains the positive charge. Okay, so the examples are the arginine, lysine, and histidine. These are the examples for the polar basic amino acids. So these polar basic amino acid, these are the different categories of the amino acids, and based upon these categories of the amino acids, the protein structures are formed. Okay. Now, along with this, we have a characteristics of the protein. Now, the characteristics of the protein, as we have discussed earlier, that these protein is alpha, generally basic unit of the protein is the alpha amino acids, and so the properties of the protein also constitutes the property of the amino acid. जो भी हमारी proteins होती हैं, that protein की जो properties होती हैं, that properties depends upon the property of the amino acid. Why? Because these amino acids are the basic unit of the protein. Okay, so here important properties of the amino acid. First is that is generally most of the proteins are hydrophilic in nature, and they are higher polymer colloids. Okay, and few such as insulin, tobacco, etc. They few proteins को छोड़ करके all the proteins are hydrophilic in nature. ठीक है, तो जैसे इंसुलिन है, टोबैको है, मोज़ाइक वायरस है, they are generally crystalline in nature. Okay. Second important property of the protein is that all the proteins are levorotatory due to the presence of alpha amino acid. Means they rotate the optical light toward in the left side anti-clockwise direction. Okay. And these are the main building block of the proteins, and they have no melting point or decomposition temperature. Okay. किसी भी प्रोटीन का कोई भी मेल्टिंग पॉइंट या डिकम्पोजिशन टेम्परेचर नहीं होता, and because of the presence of free acidic and basic groups on the proteins chain, generally protein molecules also have a definite isoelectric point. That is the point at which they exhibit minimum solubility. This is the isoelectric point where the protein has the minimum solubility and there is no migration in an electric field. Okay, so this is the isoelectric point, and some isoelectric point of some of the proteins are given. For example, the casein is a protein, and this protein has the isoelectric point at 4.6. That is, it is the pH at which a particular molecule carries no electrical charge. Okay, or the electrically neutral in statistical means. तो isoelectric points means, isoelectric point का मतलब क्या हुआ कि this is a pH range, pH जहां पर कोई भी हमारा जो प्रोटीन मॉलिक्यूल होता है, it doesn't carry any electric charge, it is totally neutral. Okay, so that particular pH is known as the isoelectric point of a protein. Is that clear? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So there are examples of certain proteins which have the isoelectric point, that is casein has the isoelectric point at a pH of 4.6. Gelatin has an isoelectric point at a pH of range between 4.8 to 4.85. Insulin 4.3 to 5.35, and hemoglobin it is 6.79 to 6.83. Okay, so this is the pH range for the, or we can say that this is the isoelectric point for the protein. Now denaturation of the protein, जैसे आप लोगों ने, जब मैंने फर्स्ट ईयर में आप लोगों को पढ़ाया था in the first semester, that is we have studied the enzyme kinetics, and in the enzyme kinetics we have discussed the important characteristics of the enzymes. और starting में मैंने अभी discuss किया था कि enzymes are also a protein. Okay, so the enzyme get denatured, है ना, तो जैसे enzymes denature का मतलब क्या हो गया, the important properties of the enzymes are destroyed above certain temperature. Okay, so this is the denaturation of the enzyme. In the same way, there is a denaturation of the protein, that is the protein contains a pH value higher than the isoelectric point pH and acidic at the pH value lower than the isoelectric point. Okay, so above and below this particular pH value, the protein get denatured, important properties of the proteins are destroyed, okay, slowly. So this denaturation occurs when the protein is exposed to UV radiation, it is exposed to heat, it is treated with different number of solvents or reagents such as alcohol, acetone, aqueous potassium iodide, protein get precipitated, and they undergoes a remarkable change in their solubility, optical rotation, and biological properties. So it means that if we change the environmental conditions, and that environmental conditions puts the adverse effect on the protein, and the important properties of the proteins are destroyed. Okay, so we say that in a single word that protein is denatured. So denaturation का मतलब क्या हो गया कि जो प्रोटीन को important properties है, that important properties of the protein get destroyed and the protein become useless to us. Okay, so in this case the protein becomes inactive. Okay, so this denaturation is affected by the heat. It occurs generally radially near the isoelectric point. Okay, so denaturation are of two types, that is the reversible denaturation and irreversible denaturation. Now reversible denaturation is also known as renaturation or refolding, and it is carried out by slow cooling. तो reversible denaturation का मतलब है कि when that adverse conditions are removed, the protein gains its original property. तो यहाँ पर क्या है, इसमें denaturation क्या होता है, temporary होता है in the reversible denaturation, and this temporary effect exists until unless the environmental condition is not favorable. जैसे क्या है, जैसे कुछ प्रोटीन्स हैं, अगर 45 डिग्री सेल्सियस से above टेम्परेचर इंक्रीज कर देते हैं तो प्रोटीन की जो इंपॉर्टेंट प्रॉपर्टीज होती हैं that start getting destroyed and protein get denatured. Okay, so in some proteins, and when the temperature is reduced, then the protein regain its original properties. तो यहाँ पर reversible denaturation में जो हमारे this process is carried out by slow cooling. मीन्स स्लो कूलिंग का मतलब क्या है, स्लोली वी आर डिक्रीजिंग द टेम्परेचर. ओके. So this process, the process of this type of renaturation is known as annealing process. Annealing process means when the temperature is slow down, temperature is lowered slowly, धीरे धीरे temperature को down किया जाता है, low किया जाता है. In that case, the annealing process takes place and proteins again regain its original properties. Okay. So this is the reversible denaturation, and next we have the irreversible denaturation. Now this irreversible denaturation, in this case the changes occurs during the boiling of, and for example if we boil an egg, है ना, कुछ हमारे प्रोसेस क्या होते हैं प्रोटीन्स के कि एक बार जो उसमें चेंजेस हो गए, that changes are not reversed back. Okay. For example, if you boil an egg, so in that case जो liquid portion होता है that gets solidified. At high temperature the protein is denatured, the nature of the protein is changed, so liquid form is converted into the solid form, solid form में convert हो जाता है. और ये जो हमारा denatured protein samples हैं, they may contains the intact primary structures, their 3D structure is destroyed. ठीक है. तो generally proteins have the different structures, primary, secondary, tertiary, ये हम लोग आगे डिस्कस करेंगे when we discuss the structure of the proteins. But in short, that is generally protein stable form में they have the 3D structures. So when we heat the proteins, that 3D structure is destroyed and that is converted into the primary structure. ठीक है. So this type of process in which the after denaturation there is change in the protein and that change cannot be retained, है ना, the original property of the protein cannot be retained. Such type of denaturation process is known as irreversible denaturation. Is that clear to you all? So
Yes, ma'am.
okay. So generally proteins and the peptides, we will discuss the peptides, they undergoes the hydrolysis by means of dilute HCl or H2SO4 or alkali or enzymes into their constituents amino acids. They are converted into the constituent amino acids. And sometimes the protein gives the color reactions. They give the characteristic colors on treating with some specific reagents. When we treat the particular protein with a specific reagent, they provide the characteristic color. जैसे आप लोगों ने केजीन वाला किया था, है ना?
Yes, ma'am.
प्रोटीन
Yes,
का
ma'am.
किया था.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
when you have treated, identification आप लोगों ने कैसे किया था कि केजीन is present or not when you get the yellow color,
Butylated, yes, ma'am.
है ना, butylated. हाँ. तो बायोरेटिक टेस्ट जब आप लोगों ने किया था, in that case if you get the particular color it means the casein is present. तो ये हमारा color reactions होते हैं, and in this color reactions the protein is treated with the reagent, particular reagent, and if that on treating the protein with particular reagent, if a particular color is obtained, it means that protein is present. जैसे केजिन का आप लोगों ने किया था, केजिन में आप लोगों को येलो कलर मिला था when you have treated with the copper sulfate and the nitrate, है ना. तो इसमें येलो कलर मींस क्या है, ऑरेंज कलर भी मिला था, येलो कलर मिला था. तो ये क्या शो कर रहा है कि केजिन इज प्रेजेंट इन द मिल्क प्रोटीन, राइट. तो इस तरीके से डिफरेंट एक्सपेरिमेंट्स परफॉर्म किए जाते हैं, कलर टेस्ट परफॉर्म किए जाते हैं, ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ द कलर ऑब्टेन्ड द कंफर्मेशन ऑफ द प्रोटीन इज दैट. इतना क्लियर है? So these are the important
Yes,
characteristics of the proteins, which are the basic of the protein. Now after that, we comes to the peptide bonds, and these the peptides are very very important for the proteins. Without this the protein is not synthesized. So peptide means when the amino acid of alpha amino group of one amino acid reacts with alpha carboxyl carbonyl group of another amino acid, a peptide bond is formed. And during this formation, there is an elimination of small molecule. And here the small molecule is the water. PDF में उसमें present है peptide का?
Yes, ma'am. है.
Okay. So in this case, see in the structure. सब लोग अपने अपने मोबाइल पे ओपन कर लो अगर इसमें PDF में नहीं दिख रहा है बेटा. So in the structure there is an amine group and there is an acetate group. और यहाँ पर when the two amino acids reacts, there is an elimination of water molecule and the peptide bond is formed between the Cu and NH. कार्बोनाइल और NH ग्रुप के बीच में बॉन्ड का फॉर्मेशन होता है, and during this formation of the bond there is a removal of the small unit, that is H2O, water is removed, and this particular bond which is present between the carbon and the nitrogen, this bond is known as the peptide bond. Okay, so these peptide bonds are the bond which is present between the two amino acids for the formation of the protein. So when few amino acids are joined together by peptide bonds, the compounds are known as oligopeptides. So oligopeptides में the number of amino acids होते हैं, that is between from 2 to 10. It means if the molecule contains the two amino acids, that comes under the category of the oligopeptides. And when the molecule contains 2 से लेकर के up to कितना 10 amino acid तक, 10 amino acid तक 10 amino acid units अगर किसी भी molecule में present हैं, so they comes under the category of the oligopeptides. Okay, and when more than 10 amino acids are present in a compound, then that compound is known as the polypeptides. Okay, so polypeptides means more than number of amino acids is more than 10. ये हमारा क्या हो जाएगा? Polypeptides. And when the polypeptides contains about 100 amino acid units, then that is known as the protein. So protein में minimum amino acid कितना होगा? 100. ठीक है, so when the 100 amino acid combines through a peptide bond, then that particular compound is a protein molecule. Is that clear? तो structure में दिया हुआ है, there is a reaction and in the PDF whole reaction is shown. For the formation of the amino acids, they combines and N is equal to 100. So when the 100 number of amino acid units are combined, they forms the protein molecule. Okay, इतना clear है आप लोगों का बेटा?
Yes, ma'am.